Welcome back. My last mission ended in tragedy. Bill Kerman died. Probably the worst way possible. Falling from 30,000 meters, burning through the atmosphere, but not completely up. And over the course of the next couple of minutes, uh, falling through the air and impacting the water. So, that was all bad. And we got no science for it, which was even more sad. You know, if you're gonna have a senseless death, you might as well have something come up from it, you know? So Bob's still alive. I think Bill and Jeb are dead. Oh, and Milne. I don't even remember how that person lost it. Okay, that's sad too. Right. I've been thinking about things, and you know, we've got we've got some fins here, and I just feel like maybe we should use them. It'll help stabilize the rocket in flight. So we've got over here, we've got two modes. Symmetry mode, where you can do all sorts of stuff. Bisymmetrical. Trisymmetrical. Whatever 8 symmetricals are. Gets a little nuts. That's a little overkill. These are heavy. I'll put on tris, and you want to put it on the access points. Well, I guess we don't have thrusters right now, so it doesn't really matter. But that'll help stabilize, and that'll help, you know, when we're in the air, not flipping end over end. The other thing you've got is an angle snap. You can either do it so it's completely rounded, so you can go anywhere on the vehicle, or it just kind of snaps it on to various points on the rocket that are already kind of split up. So it's a little bit less smooth, but it's more helpful when you're trying to line everything up in a way. Again, center of thrust looks good, center of lift should be fine. Our center of weight is a little bit to the left, and that's due to the goo. Not a big deal. We'll get through it. I'm not really sure what this is gonna do. We still have to go find all sorts of different biomes. I just had a good idea for the next rocket. But screw it, we're already on the launch pad. So there's a couple different biomes on Kerbin. Let's see what's over here. Really, we want to get more science data. In doing that, will give us more science, obviously. So we're going to go inland. I know mountains have new data. And since it's daytime, I can't really see deserts and stuff, so we're just going to go to the mountains. Hopefully. That would suck if we were gonna run out of fuel. Yeah. No big deal. This is a different biome completely, actually, because, you know, the Science Center has its own stuff. Well, let's... We're gonna spin. Alright, that's fine. That's not a big deal. Don't hit us. That was such... Oh my god, that was such a close approach. That was stupid. There it goes. To explode, that's great. No big deal. Let's take a crew report. Yeah! Flying over the grasslands. I think they can see their house from here. I'm gonna keep that. That'll let us unlock the next science path. Speed it up a little bit, get to the ground. We'll take a soil sample. And I'll start building bigger rockets, I swear. Something with a little bit more oomph to it. By the way, if you're wondering, when you're up in the air and you need your jetpack, hit Control and Shift to go up and down in space rather than just forward, backwards, left, and right. That probably would have allowed us to catch up to the falling rocket before it was too late. But, you know, that's what we have a space program, to learn as we do. Because dead Kerbins make a game fun. Which is horrible to say, but true. Alright, so we got survivability, got a new engine, some landing struts. Good for getting on the moon, but they're probably way too heavy to just put on my capsule. Kind of redundant. Alright, so science tech. Awesome, this is what I was looking for. This will give us a battery. That will allow us to do a whole lot more in terms of transmitting data. Science Junior, I don't even know what this is. Let's take a look. The SC-9001 is a cutting-edge, self-contained laboratory. Have you ever wondered what happens to something in zero-G, or have you ever pondered the truly meaningful questions? Such as what would happen if I exposed this to the rigors of stellar radiation and unforgiving vacuum? Comes with complimentary notepad. Recommendation for ages 4 to 8. Small parts inside make it not suitable for small children. Just another science canister for bringing back more science. And then a better comms relay system. Higher electric charge per packet size. Is it a faster transmission speed? What is that? Yeah. Faster transmission. Not sure how big of a deal that is, but the other two are definitely needed. Similarly, I think if we unlock the flight control, that'll allow us to build like I guess a cruising plane for Kerbin, so that we can just get all the atmospheric data we want without having to run so many missions. Potentially. Probably not, because I don't see any air scoops right now. And these all cost 45 science. So, the newest idea I had, basically, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of an oomph. Yeah. And probably want to decouple it from the main. Forgot to use my goo thing. I'm still not really used to that, so we didn't get all the science we could have by visiting the grasslands. Not a big deal. Just remember to do that so you're not having to duplicate efforts. So what I just did was I added another decoupler here so that this drops off and then this fires, and then once that little tank is empty, this drops off and then we just have the capsule again. And again, I manually staged my craft so that when I hit space, my parachute and engine don't fire at the same time. They're all called New Rocket because why not? I don't know what I want to take this. I mean, I know we need to go to the shore. Let's just get it out of the way. Not sure what happened. The other engine broke away. It might have been because we disconnected while going sideways. Probably. That sucks. I don't really know if that's worth anything. 2 science. 2 science. We've recorded the crew's assessment of the situation while flying over the water. You know, I could probably land, swim to the beach, and grab a sample. So we're not too far out. Arriving at the edge of the continental shelf. Yeah. Yeah, everything's alright. Let's just swim. Just take forever to swim. God, okay, so maybe he's like a mile out in Kerbin physics. It's taking forever. Then we're gonna swim all the way back. So, bear with me for a moment. It's for science, it's important. We don't know what sand's made out of. That's why we have astronauts instead of, I don't know, geophysicists. Who knows? Yeah, once we're done, I think with this sample, I'm going to start trying to get into orbit just because it's more fun than sending a rocket around for 10 minutes just to have it blow up. Plus, getting into orbit's its own fun challenge, and especially with what we've got working here, that'll be a good old time. I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? It's very true. And actually, I forgot to read the sample, so we're gonna check it out. You took a sample of the soil. It's very muddy and sandy. There might be a body of water nearby. Alright. Now we're going back to... There you go. The pod. 100 meters out. Slowest swimmer ever. But, you know, good science return. 15 science. So what you can do, there's multiple biomes. There's, you know, waters, shore. I guess there's actually a couple of zones at the Space Center when you've got your mountains and your grasslands and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of science to actually be had on Kerbin proper. Let's swim over. Can you get in, man? I don't even know if I had to swim all that way. I actually don't think that gave us any science. That is frustrating. Okay, so it's splashed down. Ah, there we go. So we recovered ourselves, and then we had to come here to recover the actual vessel. Okay, so that's good. 16 science by splashing down. I suppose we're located here. Yeah, so you got your mountains, badlands, Guess this is the desert? Ice caps. They all give you different soil returns. But we'll continue. So we've got some decouplers now. Not sure how we're going to do this without a structural support. Those are too crazy. Okay, let's see what happens. I'll be amazed if we don't just fall over on the pad. Oh, a little bit of a wobble. Away we go. The extra boosters definitely getting us further faster. We are rotating a bit. And without in my haste, I forgot to change some stuff up, so those were actually decoupled. I don't know. Sometimes I do stuff way too quick, and I don't pay attention. Okay. So we're a little bit off orbit. There we go. Turn our orientation. We want to be, like I said before, around 90. Obviously, the less tweaking you have to do, the better, because you're wasting less fuel doing that. And we want to start heading over to the right. Basically, we're following the orbit of Kerbin, or rather pulling away from the orbit, and shedding the atmosphere a lot quicker because of it. We're not trying to run through the atmosphere as it's turning, we're running through the atmosphere as it's turning against us, so it's the more shallow part of the atmosphere. If that makes any sense, I don't know. I'm not a rocket scientist. Once again, my directional heading's all screwy, and my rocket's going all bonkers. We're not going to get close to orbit. However, not a big deal. Check out the mystery goo. It doesn't do a whole lot there. Crew report, again, not a whole lot. We're just tumbling now, because it doesn't really matter. Technically, you know, we're up and high, but we're not that high. So we're gonna shut off that. And once again, I'm gonna check the decoupler there. That might be set wrong. God. Whatever. In anticipation of where we need to go, which is home. Open that parachute and wait. Okay, so apparently this is why we don't do the time lapse. Yeah, time lapse made it seem like it was coming down a lot quicker than normal. So when the parachute opened fully, it it got yanked off due to the force of stopping so violently. So the parachute flew away, dropped the command module into the water, in which case it exploded. So, again, I guess we're ending on a death. Uh, I'll see you next time.